you're having an amazing Sunday and weekend so far. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you guys so much for always coming back to watch my video and hang out with me in the live stream and allow me your precious time, which I respect, to hear what I got to say. So if you're tuning in from somewhere, let me know in the comment section where you're tuning in from. And also don't forget to hit the like button the moment you join the live stream, all right? So I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute and allow, time for people to join the chat so we could, have this conversation so I can give you updates of what is going on the farm. Given the fact that I have been super busy with work and unable to edit the videos, all the stock footages that I have to upload on my channel due to my work schedule and everything. So I figured to to cover that gap, I have to continue doing this live stream because it's easier when I can directly interact with you rather than me sitting in front of a computer trying to edit videos. And it's time consuming, guys. I don't mind doing it, but I really don't have that kind of time the way I used to. But I have to adjust everything and do my best to make it work, all right? So that's one of the reasons why I keep promising without delivering. And for that, I sincerely apologize. But you guys, if you're not on YouTube, it's difficult for you to tell, and it's very challenging trying to manage work and on YouTube channel editing, especially if YouTube, that was a sharp term right there, especially if YouTube is not your only main source of income. In this case, YouTube doesn't really pay me that money, so I'm still struggling with YouTube and everything. I'm highly dependent on my 9 to 5 job, as most of you may know by now. If you've been following me for a while, you know what I do for a living, and you know the things that I talk about. And that's kind of like a disclaimer as to why I have not been able to share those videos that I promised with you guys in regards to farming and the updates of the construction and everything that is happening on my farm back in Kinshasa, right? So I figure I'll come on this live stream to keep you guys updated. So those of you that are watching this live stream will get an idea of what is going on there. But then I will still have to share those videos with you since I've already started working on them. It's at least 3 videos that for the completion of the house that I have to share with you guys. So if that sounds like something you're more interested in, if you're still a subscriber, stay subscribed and keep those alerts turned on. When I release the videos, you guys will get them, and then let me know what you think, okay? Because soon enough, I'll be sharing a lot of progress and a lot of things that are happening in a much faster pace within the farm, right? That I'm running right now. So things are really looking up really well, and I'm very excited to share those videos with you guys. But in this live stream, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Without further ado, so let's get straight to it. Okay guys, I see there's a couple of people in the building, so let's start giving shout out, because I'm gonna start giving people shout out, especially those that are loyal to the channel, those that have been around for a while. I figured that you guys deserve that, all right? So just do me a favor, hit the like button and drop in the comment section where you're tuning in from, and I would really appreciate it. So before we get started, guys, let me know how was your weekend, all right? How was your week? Did you have a busy week? How's everything going so far, all right? My weekend, I can't even talk about it because I worked yesterday, Saturday, and as you guys guess, I'm in a car on my way to work Sunday. So this week I work, after today, it'll be 7 days out of 7 days a week that I work this week. Guys, it's not a joke. I would rather have at least one day off, which I always do. Sundays are usually the day that I stay home. But We have two co-workers who one is out sick, another one is on vacation. So this is not even my platoon. So that's I'm from a different platoon. So the sergeant from that platoon had offered me to come work overtime if I'm interested in, because they're a little short staff. And I'm like, well, why not? I don't even have no plan today, like that on Sunday, right? I'm like, yeah, I'll come in, I'll put in a couple of hours overtime or what, and why not? Especially with everything that I got going on in Kinshasa. So how can I turn down overtime, right? So that's why I'm on my way to work now. Guys, it's like more than 40 people in the chat, and I'm not seeing any likes, man. Hook me up, hook the brother up for the YouTube algorithm. One thing I noticed the past couple of live streams that I've done, the numbers continuing to increase, which is great. And I really thank you guys for that. And I'm very, very grateful for everything you guys are doing. And just do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the like button. It'll help with the YouTube algorithm. YouTube will send this to a lot more people. Okay, guys, so without further ado, let's go straight to today's live stream, what today is all about. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys an update of the farm. First of all, let's start with the house that I'm building on the farm, all right? The house, it is complete. The house is done. We can clap for that. It's really done. It's been a hell of a journey, guys. By here, it was not easy to do, okay? Keep in mind, I'm just using my only income from my job to build this house and to do the projects that I'm doing. Is much more challenging versus someone who's receiving some sort of financial support to do the things that they're doing, whether it is what sort of investments that they're doing, right? With someone like me, I ain't got that kind of luxury. It would be nice to see people in the future, or help out financially. But as of now, like I always tell you guys, I'm a 100% independent type guy. I like to do everything on my own financially, just because finances or money and relationships kind of don't work in tandem. Okay, when you started to depend financially on someone else, keep in mind, eventually they will need something in return, okay? Because I don't want to put myself in that sort of awkwardness or in that sort of dilemma. I would rather do things single-handedly financially, right? And knowing that the time that my project is done, I'm able to enjoy it 100% myself without having to respond to somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a great way of seeing things. It helps you kind of it also maximize profits depending on whatever it is that you are trying to do with your money. And I find it to be a lot more effective, just because you can sit there and be like, hey, I may be broke today, but I know tomorrow it'll be better, versus being under pressure to pay back even when the business is not doing well. So that's kind of the sort of, where my mindset has always been. And I think that it's the best approach. That's why, building is taking as long as it's taking now, but I think we're still on the right path. I have been able to continue to, provide them with funds so that the construction happens a lot faster, which actually did, okay? So they were able to finish the house. The house is complete. The only thing that still needs to be done before we start the process of, bringing, the pigs back onto the farm is that they are working on plumbing. So plumbing works needs to be done. And as we speak, as I am recording this live stream, guys, my guys have already purchased all of the tools and the equipment that is needed, right, for plumbing work. So originally we were not going to do the plumbing work, because you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, that where I own my farm, we have issues with water. Okay, water is a major issue over there, and my farm is not near a river, but there is like this pot of wells. It's scattered throughout, that specific area, right? And workers, before, when I originally started the pig barn, they had to ride a motorcycle down to these locations, which was a far away from the farm, to fetch water and then bring it back onto the farm for the animals, right? And that was a really pain in the butt. But they never made it seem that it was all that difficult, because I kept sending money whenever water was needed, so that we have water available on the farm. It was until I started building this house that I did just finish building. One of the guys that that are building the house, it actually went with them where they get water, and then he spoke with me. He's like, dude, we're gonna have to do something about this, because these guys are going through hell trying to bring water onto the farm. If we can do plumbing work, right, where we could do just basic plumbing work to collect, at least to collect rainwater, so that they have enough to get them through, especially when it's dry season, it's not raining, right? So that they have enough water for the animal, and that's going to save them a lot of trips. It'll actually keep them around the farm a lot more, and then it'll be more beneficial to you. So that way it saves you money, okay, on water, I don't know, provision or whatever, right? Then I'm like, wait a second, he's actually right. And everything, all the plumbing work that needs to be done to collect water, I didn't do anything fancy. I just stuck with, it was something more budget friendly, that I chose that route, because I'm not starting much bigger. I'm starting with a reasonable amount of pigs that we're going to bring onto the farm. So therefore, total, we are going to, they will have at least a little over 1,000 liters that we will be able to collect when it rains, right? It's April. April is one of the most rain. It's the rainy. Yeah, it's more rainy than I think it's, yeah, April and May. It rains a lot. I think our dry season officially starts in June. So the 2 months that we have, it'll give us enough time to collect water. So when dry season start, they will be stocked, and they won't even have to go far away to get water. And that's kind of like, it was like, you know what, I got to pull the trigger on this one. And I did that. So it was yesterday that I sent them money for the plumbing work. All together, it cost me about 500. It cost me about $560 to do all the work, because what they did is that the pig barn that I've built, right, they are going to do a system of, they will have like, it's like this, those, I don't know what they call them, but these barrels, right? These barrels is at least like 250, maybe 300 liters per barrel. So those plastic barrels are going to be putting somewhere, and then they have hoses going from the gutter when it rains, and it grabs the water and send it directly into the barrel. And then when it's filled up, they have multiple 25-liter cans that I bought when they were building the house, and they're going to fill those up too when they will have all the stocks that they need. And they're making sure all those 3 different tanks, right? All those 3 different tanks are very filled with water. So those reservoirs are going really to come in handy. So those 3 altogether is about like 900 liters that we will have right there. Well, I think it's more than enough for what we are starting with. Okay, I'm starting with that number, but eventually we're going to be building, we're going to set up the tank, the system that they're using these days. We're going to set up the tank right up on the top, on the top of the concrete, and then that'll allow us, we'll have like something like 2,500 liters of tank that will be put up higher. And when we get that system, man, I don't care if I end up with a 1,000 pigs, it'll be enough to to accommodate everybody. All right, so guys, the live stream has been going on for at least 15 minutes and nobody hasn't hit the like button yet. So if y'all still watching, I'm assuming you are enjoying the live stream and you have time to stick around and see what I had to say and maybe interested in what I have accomplished so far, right? So in return, this is not going to cost you anything, no money at all. It's just going to help me through YouTube algorithm, and that's how we support each other. Okay, hitting the like button doesn't cost you anything, like $0, zero. I'm not even asking you to make a donation. I'm just asking you to hit the like button. That's all I'm asking you to do, and be kind enough. I will really appreciate it. Back to the video. So that right there, it's much needed, just because it'll eliminate the need for my workers having to ride a motorcycle far away from the farm and bring water back, when we could just spend, like I spend $560 to do plumbing work, and that way we can collect rainwater, and then everybody is happy, right? So that's one thing. They're also going to use one tank, one barrels, right? They use one barrel to the newly built house right there, and that's also going to help out a lot more, right? So there are other ways around it. Even when you are farming in an area where water isn't available, don't think you can't do it, but keep in mind there are other alternatives, but you just have to be more flexible with money. You will just have to spend more money, just like I did, to do that. I know I'm looking at a much, not too big, but a little more investment for water collection, right? Just to keep the farm running. Eventually, even when I grow crops, I already told you that I'm not going to be growing crops for commercial purposes. The crops that are going to be grown within the farm are just for consumption purposes. And I also give a green light to the workers to grow whatever it is that they want to grow within the farm, if it's going to help them for food consumption. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one other thing that I think it's very important, because we have more than enough land to do all of this stuff combined. So we are doing animal raising. On the top of an animal raising, we are going to be growing different crops alongside other trees that I'm already growing on the farm. So that's very, very important. Guys, again, do me a favor, hit the like button, and I would really appreciate it. So that's the one. So now phase two, because the house is considered complete, okay? It's complete, but you guys just stick around. I will share those videos with you. It's already on my computer being edited, but I just don't have time to finish the, to editing like that. It's been very challenging. Like I told you guys, I've been working so hard, and the reason being is that I am just, saving up more money for projects that I've got going on the farm. I have multiple projects. After this pig barn, we're going to be building the chicken coop for my poultry farming project. And the more I work, the more money I make, and then the more money I have into my account, the easier it will be for me to build these projects that I so happen to have. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't be mad at that. Do I want to stay home on a weekend and spend time with friends, or maybe just spend time edit this video so I can share with you? Absolutely. But am I mad that I'm going to work? Of course not. It's making me more money. Like I said, it's just going to allow me to, build a chicken coop and do X, Y, and more other, like, other stuff that I want to do within the farm. So as long as you guys stay subscribed, you will see what I am planning on bringing into this farming family, into this farming sphere, right? So you guys stick around, and I will share my journey every step of the way with you, especially that I'm now planning a trip to Kinshasa by July. I'll be flying to Kinshasa in July, and when I fly there, I'm flying to new like I'm flying to like a newly built farm, a newly built house with different breeds of animals, pigs in there, and then and so forth. So like I said, after the house is built, it's done. The second phase is now we're going to be going to different pig barns locally to start picking out different breeds of pigs that we're going to be growing, we're going to be raising on the farm. Because you guys know that when you are getting into animal raising, the breeds, though the species are very, very important. They're probably the most important part of animal raising, because the better breeds of animal you have, the more profits you will make, because you want to have breeds that grow faster, and then the meat quality is also good based upon the feeds that you are providing for them, right? And those are very crucial. And I'm already in contact with local farmers about different breeds that they have, and they've already sent me pictures that I'm keeping track of on my cell phone. And then when that time comes, I will just go ahead and bring them over to the farm. But it's not only going to, because I'm not going to only depend on all of the other exotic breeds. I'm also going to have local pigs onto the farm. So we will have a mixture of different breeds within the farm, and then we'll just go from there. So now what's going to happen at this point is, once I get those breeds that I want locally, we move them onto the farm. Then there was another idea that I came up with, and I communicated this with one of my guys. That's going to possibly be that instead of us depending always on what we're growing or like what we're raising on the farm, they will go far to like different states that are adjacent to Kinshasa, where these animals can be purchased at a much lower price. And then we bring them onto the farm, they vaccinate them, make sure we separate them from the rest of the other animals that are already on the farm. We make sure they get vaccinated, that they're not going to bring any sort of disease within the farm. And then when we make sure that they're good for the market, we can just take them there. And another thing I'm also considering is setting up a butcher shop. When we set up a butcher shop, when time is right, it'll only maximize profits that will be made, okay? And then when that happens, guys, I don't know. Because every idea that I'm coming up with, it's only going to serve one purpose. Because like I told you guys, I'm just not doing this for fun or for YouTube views. I'm doing this because I want to prove that there is a way you can make it in Africa. If you really use your money wisely and you invest in an area that is more lucrative, you wouldn't even need to stay here in America. And that's always been my goal ever since I officially launched myself into agriculture or into farming in general, right? Because my ambition, at least my a goal, is to move there permanently, farm and grow with it. Because I always say this to me, my dad, right? I look at him as as a role model. He builds what he builds. He lived the life that he lived, and he sent all of us to school. He made it in Congo. He didn't even have to go overseas. He never even went to Angola or any of the neighboring countries, right? He stayed in Congo. He built his wealth in Congo. So why would I want to stay in America when after 10 plus years, I feel like I'm still the same guy that I was when I first moved here? It was until I started thinking about, investing in Congo, that when things change around me. And the amount of money that I've already invested in Congo, whether it is, buying properties and, owning a farm and building and everything like that, I am approaching 100K worth of investments, which is great. I'm saying what I'm saying? So, guys, understand one thing. We have the luxury of coming here and maybe take advantage of all the programs or the banking system that they have here, even though I don't recommend it. I myself, used credit cards before. It's got advantages and disadvantages to it. It just depends how you use them, right? But but it's there if you need it, right? It's right there. If you don't have that sort of money, or you don't have a job that pays you enough money where you get 1 week paycheck, it's enough to at least do a foundation in Congo, you can take that route. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind, when you do that, make sure you pay. That's all, because you have to be able to, to keep your integrity. Because no matter what you do, everything you're doing, integrity plays a big a part in, the way you do things. People will respect you when you have some level of moral compass or some level of accountability. So when okay, I did this, it didn't work out, I'm holding myself accountable because it was my idea. And then that will help you go far. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, let me see. She said, how clean would that water be? And the water will be cleaned. We have I forgot the name that my builder is giving me, but like there's this I forgot the name of it, but I mean it's used to purify water. All right. So there's like this medicine that they use like in Régie des Eaux, right, to purify water. So that's going to be used, okay, when waters are collected. So that will be used, and the pigs will be consuming purified water. Okay, I'm fully aware that animals like pigs, they like human beings. You have to check on their health. Everything you're doing, you have to be very careful, because when they get sick, it affected the entire barn and you will end up with no animals left. That's why I have a vet. I have people who's been in this area that are helping me. They will point me toward the right direction. So that's very, very important. And I always make sure that I do things the right way so I don't regret later, okay? And I'll tell you one quick story about that. When I first started pig farm, while I was in the middle of building my barn, right? And I had bought the pigs that were staying over at a friend's mini barn. While they were there, right? I had already hired a vet who was taking care of them. All right. So there are other, local farmers who also had pigs, and these pests hit that entire area. And guess what happened? I'd say more people that own pigs had lost their pigs from that pest. Guess whose pigs only stayed alive? Mine. You know why? Because I had invested money on hiring a vet who I paid money, and then he gave them the proper medicine and the proper vaccination that protected them from the pests that had hit that area at that moment. And my pigs were the only one remained standing, which was great. And from that, I've learned that it's all about how much money you are willing to invest in whatever it is that you are trying to do. A lot of people will talk you out of starting a pig farm or any sort of animal raising project due to this pest that sometimes come and go. And a lot of people have lost their animals due to that. But what they will not tell you, just ask them a question. Okay, did you vaccinate your animals? Did you hire a vet who will keep a close eye on your animals when they got sick? Did they separate them from the rest of the flock? Like, what was your approach? If they're unable to answer those questions, you know they're a clown. Don't even listen to them. You need to get the kind of information that will help you really be successful, because I'm not trying to do this just to throw money away. I'm trying to do this because I believe this is a greater investment, and when time is right, you will make your money. Like I told you, from the time I sold one pig, from when I originally started my pig barn projects, and I had moved the animal into the barn for the very first time, and I had enough animals, right? I mean, one of my boars has grown bigger, and they sold it to the market. I made like 300 something bucks from that. And I already, like, it said something to me. I'm like, man, imagine if I would have had a whole pig barn, but since I have a 100 pig barn capacity, I mean, I can house more than that, but that's like the capacity that it was meant to hold. But let's just say I have 100 pigs and they all weighted about 75 pounds for the price of 300 something bucks. Can you do the math times 100, how much money is going into your pocket? I mean, I know like you also have to remove like the feed the feed fees, the feed costs and everything like that. But overall, it's good money, right? Just give me a minute here. I'm pulling in. I gotta open the gate. There we go. All right, guys. So from that, I've learned. So now, like I said, the skin phase, we are going to be. I've already reached out to. Different local farmers about pig breeds and everything. I already got people on the ground. The moment, like after this week, because this is the last expense for the building of the house before the animals can move in, right? I already got my team on an alert. They by the end of this week we'll already have 2 people who are going to be living permanently on the farm by the end of the week. So when they move in, they'll be working on fixing certain things, cleaning up and making sure the place runs smoothly and everything. And then the following week, that's when we are going to be getting the animals onto the farm, step by step. That's kind of like how we're going to work this out. All right. So that's the situation currently on the farm. So I'll advise you stay tuned. Keep those alerts turned on as always. Make sure you come back to watch those videos when they get released. There is a lot more projects that I am going to be bringing onto the farm, and I'm not done spending money yet. But this is just the last one so far, for the next couple of months before I jump right into poultry farming. All right, so it's going to be a little bit, I need a little break because all the money that I have made recently, it went onto the projects, and it is, served, do a lot of things. So now I feel like after this one, I'm going to take a quick break and let things play out. And the next expenses that expected from me, it's, the money that we will need to buy those pigs and bring them onto the farm. And that's where I'm at. And the money is laying around somewhere into an account. And then when the time is right, we're just going to send money, and then we'll have animals onto the farm before you know it. So stick around. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not already. And then I'll see you in the next video because I'm already here. I got a little bit of the time, but I'm going to chill for the next 10 minutes, and then I'll head in, get ready for work. All right, so I'll get off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I probably won't even have the energy to edit those videos, but I'll see how I feel when I get home. But I'm trying, depending on how much hours that I'm working next week, how many hours I'm working next week, I might still trying to make more progress. But I promise, I can't tell you the exact date, but those videos will come your way really, really soon. All right, if you still want to see those videos, again, stay tuned and keep those alerts turned on. Do me a favor, by the end of this live stream, hit the like button, subscribe. Until the next video, happy Sunday. I'll see you soon. Peace out.